Hi, my name's Phil Craig, and this is a message for Cape Independence supporters and Referendum Party activists. The election date has now been announced, and on the 29th of May, we are going to determine what our future on the African continent looks like. And we have 3 months to secure the referendum on Cape Independence that will ensure that that is a first world future and that we don't end up living in an African failed state. And to deliver that, we need 100,000 people to vote for the Referendum Party. And we need to focus our efforts. In this campaign, we don't need to worry about people who don't like the idea of Cape Independence. We'll get to them in the referendum campaign. For now, we know that 1 million people, more than 1 million people in the Western Cape, like the idea of Cape Independence, support the idea of Cape Independence. And what we need to now do is to convince them that they need to actually go and vote for Cape Independence. Because if just 100,000 of those people vote for Cape Independence, we can deliver it. And the reality is, if they don't, and in the past they haven't, and if they don't go and vote for Cape Independence, then Cape Independence becomes impossible to achieve. So that's the critical mission now for all of us as activists and Cape Independence supporters, to make sure we vote for Cape Independence, we convince other people to vote for Cape Independence, because if we don't, Cape Independence simply isn't possible. And then the key message that we have at the Referendum Party, as we've talked about, is this idea of two futures. That's our reality. If we vote for Cape Independence, we can have this wonderful first world future of shared prosperity for us all in a functional state. And if we don't vote for Cape Independence, then we're going to end up living in a failed state. And that includes if we vote for the DA, because ultimately it doesn't matter who we elect to the government of the Western Cape. In the current system of government and without Cape Independence, all of the decisions are going to be made in Pretoria anyway, and ultimately will still end up failing. When South Africa fails, as it inevitably does, then the Western Cape will fail with it. And it won't matter whether we've got a DA government or an ANC government or an EFF government, we're going to fail just the same. But that's why we need Cape Independence, and we need it now. So that's our key issue. Please go out, convince people to vote for Cape Independence. 100,000 votes will deliver us this future, this first world future.